All right, welcome everybody. Today's video, we're over here in Ayutthaya, and we're going to check out a historic temple, and it goes way back to the middle Ayutthaya era. Was part of the first battle with the Burmese and the White Elephant War. Also had some missionaries that went from here to the island of Sri Lanka to help promote Buddhism there on the island. We're at Wat Thammaram, and this is a middle Ayutthaya temple. It has a couple cool, like a ordination hall and a wihan, has a nice chetty, and it has like a repository for some of the Buddha manuscripts, and then it has a museum also. So we're gonna go and we're gonna check out all this and see what we see. It's built right here on the Phraya River. Last time I came over, this was all flooding. So I don't know how much of this temple was flooded or if they were able to get enough sandbags up here. But right across there, that is the island of Ayutthaya. This is the Phraya River. And this is a chetty that's dedicated to one of the old Thai king's wife that died in battle. And since I was here last time, they're actually renovating it. You can see how they got the scaffolding and stuff up there. I did a video of that little chetty that's in my playlist. So anyway, we're gonna go check this out. So the first thing we're gonna look at is right here. This is a little hall that has some of the Buddha manuscripts in it. And it has also some murals from King Chulalongkorn. So there's two sections of this temple. There's this side over here that has the monk quarters and has the museum, and then on the other side there's like a little road over there that has the prayer halls with the big chetty. So this little building here is quite nice. Has a little bell, and then how it's built. King Chulalongkorn was like late 1800s. So they're calling this the Hor Tri. And that's where it has the Buddha scriptures in it. And this is kind of wild. It has like a high basement. So this is underneath the main part. Yeah, this is kind of a cool little breezeway. You could sit down here and relax. And then we'll go up into this building. Now there's supposed to be a story of Phraya Thamma in here. I think that's how you say his name. So he was the envoy that went to Sri Lanka and helped promote Buddhism there and helped get the revival. So these murals are Bangkok era. So here is a mural of the Buddha giving the sermon to the 5 disciples. Yeah, there's not a whole lot left of them. You can see, that's what I was kind of the most excited about, was to see some of these murals. They're really, really faded off. And there's a little bit on some of these columns also. You can see just the little outline of it. Yeah, not a whole lot is remaining. Same as the little Buddha figures up top. And kind of cool little window shutters, so these were all hand carved. And at one time you can see they have like that little glass inside of it. It's kind of fallen out. This is about 160 years old or so. And then here we have some of the relationships between Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, actually, a lot of people don't know, they practice the same sect of Buddhism as Thailand. There's a lot of connections historically between the two countries. So here we have this little room. Yeah, this is quite nice in here. This is kind of an interesting little story here, talking about Kirti Sri Ranjabasha, was the king of Kandy, which is in Sri Lanka. Colombo is the capital, but I guess back in the day, whenever this was all happening, that Kandy must have been a prominent city. And so that's where the missionaries went to. And so they actually have the buildings in Sri Lanka that are tied to this temple. and then talking about some of the ancient structures here at this temple. Okay, so let's go over and let's look at the museum now. They have the monk quarters over here. It has this nice open area with a lot of shade trees, and it has like a couple of the little Buddhas over there, and in the museum building. We got some caretakers over there raking up all these leaves. So I can see on the wall over there, there's a line of the flooding. And there's some of the cannonball trees. And I saw another cannonball tree over there. This is the museum. Let's go take a look. All right, so they have this little museum here. It's just a little free museum. You can make donations to it if you would like. There's the donation thing. They have the AC blaring, which feels really good today. It's quite hot. So they have the little pulpit things for the monks. And they talk about the Pra Upali Maha Thera. He's the one that went to Sri Lanka. And that was in the Buddhist year like 1800, which it's the 2500s now. So that was like 700 years ago. And then some more of the little displays. They're talking how there's actually chronicles of this temple and under the reign of King Bhureng Noung. He's the one that was king during the White Elephant War in the 1558 when the Burmese attacked the first time. And they actually used this temple as one of the lines of defense. So they built fortifications here to protect the island from the Burmese. And a little bit more of this museum. It's quite interesting. I went to Sri Lanka years back and went to like a 2,000-year-old Buddha temple. That was quite amazing. And they talk about how whenever this mission went from here to Sri Lanka, that there was only a couple of the novice monks. There was not even any ordained monks on the entire island. So they were able to go over there and then teach them again how to be Buddhists, and taught them this sect of Buddhism that's here in Thailand. Yeah, and then there's a couple temples and stuff they talk about, and talk about a lot of how Buddhism was brought here from Sri Lanka, some of the temples that incorporated like certain architecture and stuff. So this is quite interesting. It's worth 30 minutes of your time to read all the little data plates and stuff. Okay, let's go over to the other side and let's look at those other buildings. This is the worship part of the temple. So we have the Wihan right here, and it has some chetties. This is a new wall here. They have the old part of the wall that's right over here. So you can see that's the old part right there that they've never restored. This is a late Ayutthaya style. It's brick and mortar, and they have renovated it under the Bangkok era. You have another part of the low wall over here, and then another one of these chetties. Yeah, this is a nice temple. It's really quiet, peaceful, lots of birds chirping, and it's a fairly good sized footprint. I mean, you can see it goes way back there. That's the ordination hall, and this is the old original wall. And you can see how this is constructed. So it is bowed in the middle. That's the late Ayutthaya style, and it was constructed out of brick and mortar. So let's go inside and let's look at this one. So this temple here has 3 doors. So it would have had the door here for the king. And this hall it's quite large. It's simple. You can see it's the Ayutthaya styling. It has the teak wood in the ceiling and a nice seated Buddha with the disciples at his feet. It has the wooden shutters. Here's the place for people to come and pray. And then it has a little room back here. Let's take a look inside of here. Yeah, so you can see it's quite nice. It has the umbrella over them. And these wooden doors. So it has a Buddha here, and then a place that you can come in this back door and pray right there if if you want to. Yeah, there's a nice little image. Right behind that Wehan is this massive chetty. It's in fantastic shape. So there's some writing right there, and they have some numbers. They have 2, 4, 3, 4. I think that's what that says. That must have been when they renovated this last time. So this year is 2566. So it's fairly a recent renovation. And just a nice little structure. All right, let's look at the last building now. So you can see the old wall, what's left of it anyway. So they had, looks like 3 entrances to the north, probably 3 to the south, and not sure how many they had on that other end. And then the new wall. All right, so this is a fantastic little building. So you see the little plates up there in the wall, so they have some Chinese influence to it. This is another late Ayutthaya style building. This whole temple grounds though is about probably 470 years old or so. It's quite old. Yeah, this is nice. So it's starting to get a little rugged. It's going to need some renovation probably in the next 5 years or so. All right, let's go look inside of this one. So you can see what I was saying. It is starting to fall apart a little bit. You can see where the concrete is kind of sloughed off around these door jambs. What I like is that they have everything open. A lot of these temples now you go to, and all these old buildings like this are locked up because they're worried about thieves coming and stealing stuff. All right, so this is just a really simple hall. Has the teak wood in the ceiling, has the Buddha here on its little pedestal, and this is where the monks will come and they do the ceremonies right here in this ordination hall. Has the window shutters. So probably when this was new, this would have had the murals and everything on the wall in here, but they're long gone. It's kind of an echoey, there's not a whole lot of stuff to absorb the sound, but this is fantastic. The floor is getting a little bowed, probably a tree root. And over there, the same thing. All right, this is nice. One last little look here at this Ayutthaya style building. And then the chetty. And then over there is the ordination, or the Wehan. And the Wehan right here. So many trees, it's kind of hard to get a good look at it. And then it has the 2 chetties right there in front. And then the old wall and the new wall. Okay guys, so that's going to finish up our video over here at Wat Thammaram. This is really a cool temple. It goes back to at least around, 1569 or so. This was the grounds where the Siamese army built some fortifications to protect the island. It also has quite a bit of stuff talking about the pilgrimage that the 2 monks made to go over to Sri Lanka. Praha Ubali and Praha Araya Muni, I think is those 2 guys' names. It also has the murals from King Chulalongkorn and the little museum. It's a nice little stop. It's peaceful. It's definitely worth, hour of your time or so if you want to come over, if you're into stuff like this. The 2 buildings and the chetty are in fantastic shape, so they themselves are worth the look. The rest is just extra. So anyway guys, if you liked the video, make sure you click like and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. This is what I do. I go show things that most people aren't doing. I go and show you and tell you a little bit about what I see and a little bit about what I know. And if you like that, then stick around and subscribe, and then you're notified when I post a new video. And if you like the video, make sure you smash like and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Or if you have any questions, or if you want me to do something different, let me know also, and I'll do my best to go make a video. And anyway, from over here in Ayutthaya, remember guys, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.